Just a quick reminder, I have a giveaway going on right now. The last day to enter is April 4th, 2019. If you want to know how to enter, link will be in the description below. Also, if you want a shout out in my next video, leave a fun, interesting comment, make me smile, make me laugh. Let's jump right into the video. What is up, my movie fanatics, and welcome to another Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K update. This is everything that I picked up in the month of March. I have a lot to show you guys. I picked up some really cool stuff last month, and I'm really excited to show you. I have over 30 titles. I haven't done this in a while. I kind of went ham sandwich with extra cheese on buying stuff lately. I don't know why. I've just been in the mood for certain things, and I've been trying to pick up as much as I possibly can. So enough rambling, let's jump right into the update. First up, let's start with the DVDs. I have here My Bloody Valentine. Now, this is a special edition. I picked this up at work. I actually did have this movie on DVD. It was with a 2-pack with this and April Fool's Day. But I wanted this one because this is the special edition. And I just solely wanted this movie. I have a thing. Like, if I'm not into the other movies on a double or triple feature pack, then I don't really... I don't know. I don't want to keep it. I'm weird. I know. It's the weirdest thing I've ever said. But I love this movie. Ended up watching it, and man, I forget how much I love this movie. Like... It's fun. It's a great slasher. It's a must-watch in February, especially around Valentine's Day, clearly. But it's a good time, and I'm glad I have it. And if it ever comes out, if someone else ever releases this, I'll definitely get the Blu-ray. But until then, the DVD's fine with me. Next up here, this is an underrated horror movie. I love this movie. Actually, this is one movie that I remember seeing in theaters with a good friend of mine when he worked at a theater, and that is Turistas. There is no Blu-ray of this movie. But I watched this movie, and Josh Duhamel, is that how you say it? Josh Duhamel? I'm probably saying it wrong. He's younger in it, and it's like when he's just starting out and acting, and this is a fun slasher. It even says a better and scarier film than Hostel. I wouldn't say it's scarier than Hostel, but it's better than Hostel, I would say. It has a better storyline. The kills are fun. There's some like twists and turns in it that's just really good, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time. So if you've never seen Turistas, you can probably find this really cheap on Amazon or hit me up. I know we have a couple of copies at City Warehouse and take advantage of Doc's deal. But yeah, this is a definite fun watch. Moving along to Blu-rays now. I've been on a comedy kick. And I don't know why, like, something just like, I'm in the mood to laugh and have a good time and smile. So I was going through my movies and I was like, what are some classic comedies that I don't have? And I didn't have this one, and I had to scoop it up when I saw it at work, and that is Wayne's World. Fantastic. I love Mike Myers. And you'll see a movie in here that I picked up later on that's kind of put me in a Mike Myers mood in general. Like, I'm wanting to watch Austin Powers lately and a couple other movies. But Wayne's World is such a fun, classic movie. I used to watch this all the time and laugh my head off. I remember watching it with friends and just quoted it, found it hysterical, and I still find it funny to this day. It's sad, but like, this is one movie that Jess is not really into, so I have to enjoy it with friends or just pop it in the background and have a good laugh every now and again. But fantastic movie if you've never seen it. I've also been on a Cameron Diaz kick, and that's because of the movie that I was talking about earlier. So if you can guess the movie that I'm talking about, it has Mike Myers and Cameron Diaz in it. Pause the video right now and go put it in the comments below. I'm curious to see what you guys guess. But I saw this. I had to have it. I haven't watched this movie in years, but it is just, it's a barrel of laughs. I love it. And that is Something About Mary. There's Something About Mary. Like, this is classic Stiller. I've always been a Ben Stiller fan, but this, and I would say Dodgeball, really got me into really appreciating Ben Stiller. Like, I've always liked to Meet the Parents and the Night of Museums and stuff like that, but this is one of my favorite movies he's done. And Cameron Diaz is excellent in this movie. Sorry about the lighting. Hey, guess what? Still haven't got that fixed. But that is There's Something About Mary. These next two I picked up at work, and if you guys remember from my tour of work, we have a special rack for Blu-ray specials and DVD specials. All the DVDs are $3.99, all the Blu-rays are $4.99. And I was looking on there, and I noticed there was a couple movies that I didn't have, and I figured I'd pick up. First up is Red Dawn. Now, I never wanted to spend a lot on this movie because I do remember watching it. I wasn't huge on it, but I'm a completionist. I mean, I love the original. Patrick Swayze is one of my favorite actors. You know, nothing will be able to replace it. But I do really like Chris Hemsworth. I want to give it a second chance. I always feel like if you don't like a movie the first time, at least sit down and watch it again and see how you feel. I'm hoping it's good, or at least a little bit better and more entertaining, because my taste constantly changes in movies all the time. So what do you guys think of Red Dawn? Let me know in the comments below. As I mentioned in my Out and About, and if you haven't seen that video, check it out. Link will be in the description below. But I love these movies. These movies I can relate to. They make me laugh, and they are My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Well, this is the second one, excuse me. But I can relate a lot to this movie because, I mean, I don't come from a larger family, but, like, we're very loud. We're Italian and Serbian, so we're very loud. We're very dysfunctional at times. And when I watch this, I think of my family, and I have a good laugh. And it's fun. It's a good romantic movie. And I didn't think this one would be really that good, but I watched it, and I did really enjoy it. I mean, I do like the first one a little bit better. I used to watch that one all the time, but I do enjoy this one a lot. Now, this is the movie that put me on the Mike Myers kick. I love this movie. I grew up with this movie. It's one of my favorites. And as Brooke gets older, Jess and I are trying to introduce her to more movies that we grew up with and that we love. So we've introduced her to a lot of Disney, Pixar, and some of our favorite DreamWorks movies. But when she watched this movie, I first showed it to her on Hulu. She absolutely loved it, and that is Shrek. Now, I personally love the first one. Brooke likes all four of them, and she actually watches them all the time. We have them on Vudu. I bought them just on Vudu, so we can have them anywhere, anytime, any place, because it seems like when we put those movies on, she's an angel. So it's a lifesaver. But Mike Myers, man, I couldn't imagine Shrek being voiced by anybody but Mike Myers. As with the rest of the cast, I mean, Eddie Murphy's brilliant. Cameron Diaz is amazing. I just love the entire cast. And then when Puss in Boots is introduced, he's amazing by Antonio Banderas. It's a great series. The only one I really don't like that much, like I can do without, is the third one, believe it or not. I like the first one, the second one, and the fourth one, which is weird. But Brooke absolutely loves these movies. I personally love the first one the most. So to show you guys how much Brooke loves these movies, check this out.
Brooke, who's this? Who is that? What is that? Shrek.
So I don't know how well you could hear that, but anytime she sees Shrek, because these are the same pictures, like the slipcovers are the same pictures on the Vudu for the thumbnails, she always says Shrek, Shrek, Shrek. She can also say donkey too, and she'll say cat to when Puss in Boots is on the screen, which is awesome. So if you've never seen Shrek, you're crazy. This is a fun family time movie. It makes me smile. There's a lot of adult humor in here. If you really take your time and watch this movie and pay attention to it, there's a lot of adult humor, which I love. Next up, you guys know I love my DC animation, and I'm trying to. I keep saying it slowly but surely, I'm slowly collecting all of the DC animations. I'll get there someday. It's fun. I enjoy doing that, but I picked this one up on my last Out and About, and I'm so excited for the new Shazam movie. I cannot wait. But I had to pick this one up when I saw it, and that is Superman and Shazam, The Return of Black Adam. Love this one. It's, like I said in my Out and About, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I love it to see Superman and Shazam, who kind of have the same superhero abilities, team up and go up against Black Adam, who is a crazy strong villain who has the same abilities as like Superman and Shazam, which that's what I love about it, because they have to work together to stop him, and it's such a good movie. But if you're excited for the new movie, let me know in the comments below. Moving along to specialty Blu-rays, things like Arrow, Sevron, Blue Underground, Scream Factory. I'm so excited to have this one. I've been wanting this one for a long time. I've been after it for a long time, and that is Maniac. I know the slipcover is hard to find, but the 30th anniversary edition this is from Blue Underground, and they do a fantastic job with their transfers. You get a ton of extras. Oh, the lighting is going to let me show you guys. Nice. But I got this one in at work, and I really do enjoy picking up stuff like this. We've been seeing a lot of movies like this from Sevron, Blue Underground, Arrow, Scream Factory come in at City Warehouse, which is awesome. So it's fun to see these movies come in and take a look at them and read up on them a little bit, and, you know, so if anybody's looking for anything like that, let me know, hit me up. But I'm so excited to check out Maniac. It wouldn't be a doc video without a Stephen King or a Scream Factory movie. So excited that this one was announced through Scream Factory. I actually just watched this about a year ago for the first time, and a good friend of mine introduced it to me. Actually, we watched it, we did a video on it, when my buddies Josh and Clay, I went over their house, and we have B-Movie Day. I'll put that link in the description below. You guys can watch that video if you want. But this movie shocked the hell out of me. It's so much fun. I love creature features, and that is Willard. Like, rats never really creep me out. I think they're really cool animals, but the way that they do the rats in this movie, and they become like these different types of creatures, it's just really good in how he communicates with them. And it has like that, good way to put it, it has that psycho feel to it. It's just a really good movie that I was surprised. And I can't wait to revisit this and see the transfer, because I almost picked up the DVD a few times, but then they announced it and I was lucky enough to get this one at work. Next up here we have a Sevron film, and I know nothing about this movie, just that I love the artwork, and reading the back of it, it seems so much fun, and that is Invasion of the Blood Farmers. I mean, look, first off, I love this badass VHS like cover art, which is great. I know nothing about this movie. I wonder if maybe we can do it over here so you guys get a better look. But if anybody knows anything about this, please let me know. I'm so excited. Just by reading the back. I mean, because the first little sentence here, it says, the 70s Grindhouse classic, now scanned from the original negative with bonus material. 70s Grindhouse? Count me in. I can't wait to check this one out. If anybody's seen it, let me know in the comments below. Last up, we have an Arrow release. I've been looking for this one for a while. Ended up getting it pretty cheap online, actually. And that is The Hills Have Eyes. I had the regular edition, just the regular Blu-ray, but I wanted the Arrow edition. And I know this is just their regular edition. They have like that really nice slip box with the poster, the booklet. I wasn't smart enough to pull the trigger on it then, but I love this movie. I love the remake. These movies have always disturbed me, and Jess loves these types of movies. Anything with like mutants, I guess, is that a good word to say? I guess like mutant people and inbreds. I don't that sounds so wrong, but whatever. But she does love these movies. I love them too. So I wanted it solely for the new transfer and these amazing special features on the back, because Arrow does a fantastic job with their transfers. So I cannot wait to check this one out again. Next up here, we have the Holy Grail of box sets. I cannot believe my jaw dropped when this came in at CD Warehouse. I almost fell over. I have been on the hunt for this for a very, very long time, and people that's been with me on my channel for a long time, you know when you see this that I've been looking for it, because I had the Great Value edition of this box set, and that is the Alfred Hitchcock collection. This is the Masterpiece collection, excuse me. Come on, focus. This box set is absolutely beautiful. It comes with 15 movies, a huge booklet with all kind of great toilet reading on it. But the movies that comes with, you get Psycho, The Birds, Vertigo, Rear Window, North by Northwest, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Marnie, I think that's right, did I say that right? I hope I did. Saboteur, Shadow of a Doubt, Rope, which is my all-time favorite Hitchcock movie, The Trouble with Harry, Torn Curtain, Topaz, whew, that's a tongue twister, Frenzy, and Family Plot. So I have to show you guys this set. I'm going to just show you guys real quickly. But this booklet, first off, as I was saying, is amazing. There's all kind of information on it. There's, you know, great artwork on the inside. Like I said, a ton of reading. Stuff that I cannot wait to really sit down and really focus and read on this. But yeah, this booklet's nice. It's well made. It's thick. It's a ton of good reading. And I'm a huge Hitchcock fan. I've been watching him for a really long time, since I can remember. Been watching Psycho, The Birds, Rear Window. Wait, there we go. Can you all see that? Can you? Is the lighting gonna, yeah. Always make the audience suffer as much as possible is the quote right there. But, fantastic booklet. I'll show you guys here. I'll open up a couple. Like, here's Rope with these beautiful pictures on the inside. Tells you a little bit about the movie. It's a perfect set in my eyes. And there's a lot of these movies that I've always wanted to like pick up individually, but I didn't, because I knew someday I would get this set. And I'm really lucky and glad to have it, because the Great Value set that I was talking about was the Essentials collection. And that only had, I think, 6 movies in it, but they were still some of my favorites. But to have Rope is a big deal for me. So if anybody has a chance to grab this box set, definitely do. It is a beauty. Next up, we have a few Blu-rays that I picked up because I've been wanting them in my collection, and I wanted to revisit some of these. First up, we have The Orphanage. I saw this a long time ago when Jess and I first started dating, and I don't remember much about it. But it's a Del Toro movie. Anything Del Toro makes, count me in. I can't wait to revisit this. Anything he does is fun, it's brilliant, it's suspenseful, has a good story. So I'm excited to recheck this one out. Because I'm a completionist, I had to grab this one too. That is Tales from the Hood 2. I've heard mixed opinions about this movie. Some people say it's really good, some people say it's meh, but because I'm a completionist, I have the first one, the Scream Factory release, I needed to get this one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really interested because I love the first one. So if you guys have seen this, let me know what you guys think of it below. I'm curious to see. And you guys know how much I love anthologies, so I'm curious to see how they do this one. Next up, we have some 4Ks. The 4K fever has hit me hard, really hard. I've really been trying to get as many as I can, and when I find good deals, I scoop them up right away. But first up, we have Overlord. I watched this with Jess, and I loved it. It's everything that I love about zombies and war movies combined. I don't want to give too much away. That's all I'm going to say about it. Clever story. Different. A lot of fun. Really just mind-bending at times. Suspenseful. Just really cool. Just the way that they approached how the zombies were created and things like that. I really did appreciate this movie a lot. You guys know if you've been following my channel for a while, music is really important to me, as is movies. I grew up listening to all kind of music. I mean, even when I used to study in college, I used to listen to classical because for some reason it used to help me study. But one of my favorite bands growing up is Queen. I also really loved Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Motley Crue growing up. But I had to pick up Bohemian Rhapsody. I watched this movie. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. Did I enjoy it? You bet I did. I loved every minute of it. I really did. The Live Aid scene at the end is incredible. Rami Malek portrays Freddie Mercury, I feel, perfectly. He does such a great job. And I think everybody that they casted looks just like Queen. And it's a good time. Like I said, it's not a perfect movie. They left a lot of stuff out. They stretched the truth on some things. And I understand that. I know they have to do that. But for me, I really enjoyed it. Next up here, we have an upgrade. I love my Stallone. I love my Van Damme. I love my Schwarzenegger. And when I saw this was getting a 4K treatment, I had to pick it up. And that is Cliffhanger. Love this movie. It's just Stallone, fun, classic action, over-the-top moments, everything that I love about Stallone and what he does. I actually got this slipcover at Best Buy. I asked them for it because when I picked up the actual 4K at work, it didn't have a slipcover, and I like the slipcover to it. And I've always loved that classic picture there, always. And it always reminds me of the parody that they do in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, or When Nature Calls, excuse me, in the second one. And it always makes me smile because I think of this movie. These next two I had to pick up because I know the third movie is going to get a 4K treatment. And I love 4K in animation. It blows me away on how sharp and clean and how the colors pop. I love these movies. Next to Shrek, these are definitely my favorite DreamWorks movies. And that is How to Train Your Dragon. I love the relationship between Hiccup and Toothless. I love the cast. I love how each story is unique in its own way, but it kind of continues the story and keeps you invested. I loved all three equally. I think this is a fantastic series. If you've never seen these movies, definitely check it out. But the thing I love most is this slipcover. It's simple, but it's bright and it pops out, which I love about it. You can't have How to Train Your Dragon without How to Train Your Dragon 2. Once again, fantastic slipcover, which you got Hiccup riding on Toothless there with his flame sword. I love the way that they made it like red and yellow, like representing like war. If you guys remember this movie, it's definitely a good one. Yeah, like I said, series is fantastic. You definitely have to check it out if you haven't, and I highly recommend the third movie as well. It took me forever to actually sit down and watch these movies, and I'm glad that I did. I don't know why it took me so long, because I absolutely love Rocky. In fact, Rocky is the reason why I love Stallone so much, but the movie is Creed. Stallone coming back as Rocky was just amazing. I was so excited to see him play the character in a new way. You know, him being the mentor, the trainer. I love that. And Michael B. Jordan playing Creed is just phenomenal. I mean, I can't describe it. I mean, he's such an underrated actor, I feel like. He does a phenomenal job. The family dynamic in there, the heartfelt moments. This movie really has it all. And it really is a good way to carry on the Rocky series, but in a fun new light. And I love these movies. You could probably guess what the next movie is, and that is Creed 2. I don't know which one I liked more. I love Rocky IV and how they brought Drago back, and it's so cool. Like that they actually got Dolph Lundgren to come back. I love it. The end matchup is really good, and once again, these movies bring a lot of emotion, and that's what the Rocky series did, and they do a good job of doing it now with the Creed series, and I can't wait for more. I want more Creed, I do. I think Stallone passing the torch on to Michael B. Jordan is a perfect way to carry on the series, so if you haven't seen these movies, definitely check them out. And last but not least, one of my all-time favorite Stephen King books, easily one of my favorite movies as well. It scared the crap out of me when I was a kid, and that is Pet Sematary. This recently just got released on 4K, and I couldn't be happier. I have to watch it on 4K. I haven't got around to it yet. But I absolutely love this movie. I've read the book twice. In fact, I'm rereading it again before the new movie comes out, the new adaptation, because I cannot wait to see the new one. After seeing it and the way that they did it and made it closer to the book, I'm so curious to see how they do this new adaptation. I can't wait. Fantastic movie. Like I said, it scared the crap out of me as a kid, and there's just great acting. It's a great story. You know, one of my favorite adaptations, but one of my favorite books, hands down. Speaking of Pet Sematary, I want to give a shout out to BigPauly. Last video, he asked a really cool question. He wanted to know why Pet Sematary is spelled wrong. As you guys can see, it's clearly spelled wrong. Well, in the book, they describe that the Pet Sematary was created by a bunch of kids, and it was spelled wrong because kids made the Pet Sematary. So when he made the sign, when this boy made the sign, he just didn't know how to spell it. But what's really unique about the Pet Sematary is that it not only was it created by kids, there's a lot of rituals and all kind of stuff and practices that they do at the Pet Sematary, so it's very heavily based around children. But if you haven't watched the documentary Unearthed and Untold, they go more into detail about why it's spelled that way, how Stephen King came up with the idea, and there's a lot of truth to the book. Things to do like with church, like he actually did have a cat growing up, or his daughter had a cat, and about living on a road that with fast trucks and stuff. There's a lot of truth to the movie. So if you love Pet Sematary, definitely check out the documentary, and I highly recommend reading the book. Don't forget, if you want a shout out in my next video, leave a fun, interesting comment, question, make me smile, make me laugh, and maybe you'll appear in my next video and I'll give you a shout out. So there you have it, everyone. Thank you for joining me on another Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K update. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, give me a thumbs up. Lets me know you're enjoying my content. If you're new to my channel and you like movies as much as I do, click that subscribe button and don't forget to click that notification bell. I upload videos once a week. And as always, everybody, take care and happy watching.